Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first, and I'll just say hello to my opponent. I have a pretty poor rack. Looking to get rid of the V and the U. And I think I can do that with love. Feels like a poor rack leave. Love for 12. Okay, that's a little bit better. This looks pretty close to a bingo. Porangi, if the R were a G, and Pignora. Vom, opponent keeps the board tight. Not seeing a seven. How about just pro? It's a decent rack leave. Yeah, I'm going with this. Not a great pickup. I draw the U and the H. So I don't think I have a bingo here. U takes an R, so I have Hurl takes a C as well. I don't like that. So that could be a monster play for opponent. I'll take the risk. Inflator. Oof, almost fits. Look at that. Inflator. Opponent plays jetted for 34. Wondering if there's a 7 here. Insofar if the T was an S. Four for 23. Feel like I'm missing something, but I can't see it. Thailand. Is that a thing? Why has that jumped to mind? That actually does play next to the H, if it is good. Okay. But, almost plays. Let's have a look if this is good. Tie. Yes, it is. This bottom corner is still quite hot. The C still represents a big scoring potential there. I could close down this left corner with a play of 4, I guess. 26, not a great rack leave. Or Fid. Fid would be better for 30. I wonder who will be first to draw those golden C's, because that's going to be potentially a 50-point play or more. Ouch, that's a 44-point power play. Now, is there a way for me to play down from this spot with a DI play? Deodora, no, dive, just not seeing it. Fur is good, and far, not a good rack leave. 24 average score. I'm really worried about this spot. I don't want opponent to take advantage of it. Maybe I could play down a 5-letter play ending in A. Fonda, fuel. Maybe I'll just live dangerously for not Faro for 30. Still no C. I've got fake 33. Trying to undouble these D's though. DAK is good. DHAK. That actually plays here. DHAK, that's 22. Takes out the CL danger. Opponent scores well there. Now, is there a 5-letter play? Heika. Or is it Heiku? Heika. Yeah, Heika's fine. Ooh, just realized I created a Z hotspot by taking out the C hotspot. So that wasn't wise. I'll be closing that down if opponent doesn't have the Z. But look how unfavorable the rack is. Band. pretty weak for 22. Actually, I can't really take this spot because gamey, what a weak score. Hopefully opponent takes it out without the Z, and then I don't have to worry too much about it because it is a bingo score if it's not addressed. The Z, the blanks, they're still to come. Yeah. Do I have an ANGI play? Hangy would be good, but I have no H. Mangy? No. Opponent taking quite a while with this move. I'll nudge to see if they're still there. Okay, opponent is still around, just taking it some time. How to resolve this? Okay, opponent's played up there. I really have to address this. It's almost impossible. I mean, I can block it with a poxy little gamey play, but it... Gaby. 14. Now, I have 2 vowels, which is great. I only had 1 previously. Our opponent finally picks the C up, but too late. In arm. $23, but nah, it doesn't make sense to create easy scores for opponent. I think it's high time I addressed the duplicate D's. Derm and seam looks like a good rack balancing move. The board pretty tight. I'm going with this. Arenaid, don't think it plays. Canaried, oh, opponent takes my spot. Arenaids, that does work because it takes an S. But is there a bingo onto the T? Dentaria? No. But Arenaids works. It'll give some score back to opponent, but that's hard to avoid on this board unless there's a bingo onto the R. No, not seeing it. Araneids for 72. Ouch. 4 eyes. That is shocking. And opponent's likely to get a good score here. So he'll take the lead and I'll have to exchange. That's a shame. It can go like that sometimes. Yeah, opponent takes the lead and I can't get rid of 2 eyes, which means I'm better off changing. There aren't any great scores on offer either. I mean, die here. It does take out a Q spot. I think I will go with the 17. Because there's a Q and a Z to come, and I just didn't want opponent. He's got ZEA at the top there, or Zoa, without giving much back to me. Whoever picks up the Z, I think, is going to be the favourite to win. Opponent plays 1 there. Four tiles in the bag, no more changing allowed. Wow. Huh. Now, it seems crazy to play NE here, but it does stop opponent playing Zoa, or Qua, Q-U-A. So it feels like a foolish move, and I can't get rid of an eye, but I think I'm going to go with this. Okay, I draw the Z. Interesting. Opponent has the Q. My time's pretty low. Zag is good. Zag. I don't have an A. Wow, this is down to the wire. Look at this, 333, 330. Opponent's got the Q and the U, so he's likely to be able to use it. Unless I keep the board super tight, but how to do that? I can play Ptylons and Ewers. Sizer is good, but that gives opponent an easy QIS. But I might land up swallowing the Z if I don't be careful. I mean, the Tsar's good there. Opponent plays 2. Interesting. If I play my S here, '21. Opponent's got much more flexibility. This is the problem here. He resigned. I really don't understand that. Maybe he couldn't see a way of getting rid of the Q. Thank my opponent for the game. That's an interesting... I mean, he could have played Quina, Quina. Why resign? And I couldn't have done a whole lot with that. I think he still had a fair chance to win that game. I'm surprised. Anyway, Prowl I did think of, but I just wanted to get rid of that V. But I do like Prowl actually on second thought. Opponent played Vom, had a few other plays. Juvenger. Pro for 14 looks fine. Top play there. 32 for Jeets. Opponent went with... Oh, that was making umps and Jeets, but I don't know if leaving the J below the double would have been ideal. Now, Uchlan, that's a word I often overlook, and that would have worked out quite nicely. Uhlan. Achlan. Hinor, Inhall, Rhinal. I went with Hurl for 21, but these plays much better. Hinor is quite nice too. 35. Okay, so that was a bit of a suboptimal, especially creating a front hook for the C. Now Jetted comes down for 34. That looks okay. No bingo here. Tifo for 33. 8. Thurl is good as well, of course. Tifo would have been the play. Perfect rack leave. So 4 came down for 23. Now opponent's got loads of S's. Souse for 26 at 13. I. Reds, Hurls, and getting the double word score. Souse with a perfect rack leaf. Opponent goes with C. Thailand, the only bingo there. Glad to have spotted that one. It is a strange word. And then Woes for 44. That was a good score for opponent. He had Souse as well. Sowse. Now, Fido for 32 at L1. Fido, yeah, that's quite nice. Rad. I went with Faro. Fido would have been better. Yeah, that's another suboptimal. And then 4 for 42. But look at this. Guangxis. Sounds like a Chinese word. Guangxi 91. That's massive. J2. Guangxis. It's a bingo with the X tripled. Guangxis. Very nice. 42 was a good score, keeping the blank. And then Khadi, that's quite nice, at K4 down, Khadi. So that would have scuppered the C hook anyway. Khadi, that's the play. And then I went with Haker. And our opponent's got a nice rack there. Wannigans. That's not one I've seen before. Wannigans. 2G. Wannigans. Tricky to spot and not an easy word to think of unless you've learnt it. Lin sang. That's quite nice. Lin sang a song and it was very pleasant to listen to. So that's how I'll remember that one. But Lignans is good as well. Fingans Anhingers, Sinangia. Wow, some interesting words there. That's why I enjoy doing the analysis, because you do get to learn some new words. Wannigans. Opponent went with G, and then I've got, well, Berm through ER. That's quite nice. I just cursed with these D's. The duplicate D's seem to want to stay on the rack, and that's why I went with Derm instead of Berm. I just thought I've got to get rid of these D's, at least one of them. Digamy. That's quite... I went with Gaby because I did not want the Z danger unaddressed. I just felt that, yeah, it was likely to come down at some stage. But was quite good. Now, opponent doesn't have a bingo here. Just a few rack balancing moves. Lack. Derm I did now play because the Z danger had been extinguished, and that was best. Look at that for a rack. Contemns. So condemns with a D is good with a T as well. Convents, canteens, contents, and contents. There were quite a few. Canniest. Now Araneids, the only bingo, because I was going to play Canaried, and the spot was taken, so Araneids still came down. Janet for 39. That's a big score. Janet, very nice. Underlap. Opponent gets 32 anyway. Now look at the scores. I'm 10 behind, and I've got 4 eyes on the rack. And I'm looking at the board, and I'm looking at the remaining tiles, and I'm seeing Qua for 32, and I'm seeing Zoa for 32. And I'm thinking one of those two are going to come down if I don't do something about it. And also Zea, potentially, Z-E-A. So there were 3 potential 30-point plays on a very tight board where I'm unlikely to score over 15 on my next move. So I thought, just whatever you do, take that out. Maybe I was being paranoid, but I think there was merit to addressing that danger. So, it wasn't actually at this point that I blocked it. I played die here, and luckily opponent didn't have the Q or Z at this stage. Now he's also got quite low scores on a very tight board. Goes with 1 for 13 points, and now I'm looking at these scores thinking pretty dire, but the Qua and the Zoa Zea play had to be blocked. And as it happened, opponent didn't have the Q or the Z. Look at that. It was literally the last few tiles in the bag when they came out, those two. So now opponent's got Obiter, Toya. So pretty low scores. And look at this, dead level. And I'm looking at opponent's B and Y and relative flexibility, and I'm thinking, I'm done for. But then I drew he plays 2. I draw the Z, but I no longer have an O or an E. And the eyes aren't great with the Z, generally speaking, especially not on this board. And I'm thinking what to do. So Sizia, I did think, well, I thought of Sizer, but Sizia as well. But no, that would be crazy. That would have given opponent quit, Quit, and yeah, he would have gone out probably after that with boy somewhere. So I don't like Sizia for that reason. Sizer again, cheese. And then I have Lurie. If I play Sizer, I have Lurie, but not necessarily playing out with the Lurie. But Ewers was the highest score by a fair bit outside of Sizia. And Sizia definitely don't think it was a winning play because of the comeback score. And now opponents got Quota and Quota, but look at Quota for 26, right? Quot, Quota, leaving a U, and I don't think I can utilize that U. I mean, I can play Lurie, I suppose, under the Q and then get rid of ZA there. And maybe ZO there, but opponent's likely to go out. Because if he plays Quota, then what would he have left after that? Just go back a move. Okay, so opponent has 7 tiles. He has those. He plays Quoter after I've played my Ptylan's Ewers spot. And then he's got BIY. Quota. Why didn't he play Quota? I think he could have won. He could have also played BY somewhere. Bump. Would have been close either way, but I think opponent had a real chance at winning there. Anyway, he resigned and I won. So look at that top left quadrant, just totally devoid of any activity. So pretty tight blocked up board. Interesting how the two heavyweights came out at the end, the Q and the Z. A couple of suboptimal plays there, but an interesting one, I thought. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.